Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and another year of Sims utter delulu chaos with SpringSims. Because every time I make a video, it takes me 10,000 tries to record an intro before I get into the main content. And personally, that's okay. And I think, new year, new Sims 4 save file, because today we are reviewing an oldie but a goodie save file by ratboysims, because I recently have been starting to make myself to play The Sims by myself and just do some fun casual gameplay videos here and there on YouTube. And if you did not see that video, I will link it down below. But I thought to commemorate my second video of the year, I wanted to do an overview of some of the lots that I like using in the save file and just show you how good ratboysims is, because they did a phenomenal job on the save, and it's not even done yet. There are still houses and Sims left to be added in backstories, houses to be built, move things around. It's just good. Trust me, when you see it, you're gonna fall in love. So to start the video right off the bat, I want to start with Willow Creek because it's my favorite world to be in, and it's just so nice and luscious and green, and it just brings me a lot of joy because Bob Pancakes is in here, and he has a whole new backstory that you all need to understand why I love him deeply so much. I'm also a little bit late to the game of reviewing this because this came out literally last year, but I'm just now getting into downloading other people's save files and playing in them for my own pure joy. But I love Willow Creek. Willow Creek is probably one of my favorite worlds to play in because it's Willow Creek. It's good. But of course, all the other worlds are still done, like Oasis Springs, fully decked out. Wonderful. We're gonna check out the campgrounds for sure. I want to check out some of the little sub neighborhoods, like where Johnny Zest lives, the land grabs, some of the community lots as well, and even going to some of the other worlds that I don't really go to a lot, like Magnolia Promenade. It's a very small world, 4 lots, but it's fully decked out because usually it has maybe 1 or 2 lots and it's blank and boring, but this makes it more fun. This is a karaoke bar, but it has a Ferris wheel on the side of it. Basically what we had from the high school years pack, the little pier had a Ferris wheel. It's in debug, it's functional, you can still use it. So it makes every single lot more livelier and more fun to be in. So with that being said, we're going to start with Willow Creek and then kind of work our way around with the other worlds and other houses and community lots. But the first family that I want to show you all is the Neely family, because it's a new household with new backstories, new everything, and I just live for a good, deep, rich backstory. But the Neely family have 4 Sims: Rowan Neely, Terrence Neely, Aspen, and Etta Neely. And their backstory says Terrence had to ask his wife to stop when her career as a mom influencer suddenly began to take off. His secretive job requires him to be anonymous and stay out of the spotlight, and being recognized by her fans out in public would get him fired. Rowan feels hurt that he won't support her lifelong dream, but is determined to work through the rift it has caused between them. So before we even look at the Neely house for a second, I wanted to show you the overview of Foundry Grove, and it's just so nice and quiet and peaceful, and it just screams neighborly joy that you've always wanted, because there's Sims that live over here, we have the BFF household over here, Travis Scott lives in this side of the house, and then Liberty Lee and Summer Holiday live on this side. So it's 2 houses on 1 lot, and then we have this little community center over here that has painting and art easels and music stuff over here that we'll check out after the Neely house. But it's just so cute and quaint, and I just adore that when a neighborhood is built up, there's something to do around the neighborhood, that you can go fishing, gardening, painting, whatever it is to keep the neighborhood lively. And ratboysims really took that time to build everything that they needed to give it that character, to give it that personality that the save file needed. Because the regular game itself, when you start a new fresh save, there's nothing to do. And so when you already have decked out Sims with new skills, careers, relationships, family dynamics, and even if you include all the packs, there's even more to discover, if they're famous or not, if they're in a cult or not. It just has so much more richness. And so I thank ratboysims because they literally saved me, because I have fallen in love with the Sims again because of the save file, and if it wasn't for them, I probably would have been just building constantly in 2024, and that's something I don't want to do constantly. I want to incorporate gameplay and storytelling again like I used to when I first started making YouTube videos back in 2011. So props to ratboysims. But anyway, so for the Neely family, it shows that there's 4 Sims, and it just screams small suburban family home, because Rowan and Terrence live in this bedroom, and of course the 2 kids sleep in this room over here. It shows like their personality based on who lives where and who sleeps where, and I like that. We have their bathroom, their dining room, their hallway, and of course like another bathroom, living room, and where's their kitchen? Oh, it's over here. I thought this was a hallway. This is their galley kitchen. That is so cute. I love these counters and cabinets, by the way. Beautiful, stunning. And then Rowan, she honestly only knows a few people, and it's her family and then the people across the street who live over here. It's Elena and Jonathan Nobles, and they have a dog named Pumpkin Wiseman. And I'm pretty sure that like Elena probably had somebody else, like she was married to somebody else probably, or this little middle name that she kept for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we'll see whenever we see it. But the kids are both notable newcomers, since the mom is also a notable newcomer, so they are aka nepo babies. But Terrence is basically not a celebrity at all, has no stars, lives in secret, has the redacted villain career at level 9, and of course the kids both have C's in school, and then Rowan is in level 4 of the internet personality career. So this is the Creek Community Center, and as you can see, it is built for everyone and their needs, whether they love basketball, punching bags, they love soccer, ping pong, programming on the computers, writing books, whatever it is. They even love painting, chess, robotics. If they have any kids, they can come over here and do that. A little library on the side. And even if any of your Sims are musical based, whether it's guitar, singing, spoken word, DJing, whatever it is, they can do it all. And it's so cute and quaint because it looks like your own little stage where you can do performance arts, and you have like a little audience by the stage like cheering you on or watching you and listening. It just like, I don't know how to explain it, but little things like this matter to me as a storyteller. And so this is very, very, very cute. And I just love it. Like, even what's so cool about it too is that you have this camera right here and you can operate it and move it and kind of like showcase that you're filming a music video or a talk show or whatever it is. It just gives that good value that you need. And of course you have like your visual effects table here. I think that's a DJ station, your piano, your guitar, and your microphone. But it really is a community center. And I always take my Sims here because I've added it into my other saves. And it's been really fun just like navigating through whatever they're doing that day. And Finley takes his like field trip kids here sometimes to showcase, here, you can do all these cool things, have fun. He's kind of like a camp counselor in a way without being a camp counselor. But overall, this building is it's just good. So for the pancake household that I love so much, that it involves 3 new characters. We have Noelle pancakes, Isabella pancakes, and bacon pancakes, which I think are very, very lovely Sims. But their storyline is more so messier than this, and it reads, after a messy divorce with Eliza, which I love, Bob's new path was clear. He had to buckle up and work on himself to be the best he could for their daughter. Opening a catering business and becoming a super parent was all part of the plan. What he wasn't prepared for was finding love again so soon, and one that didn't mind his lingering lazy habits at that. So this is the pancake household, and what's so cool about it is that it is unique. It is wonderful, and it screams Bob. Like, it's green, brown, the plants are like luscious, The interior decorating is just beautiful. The downstairs is beautiful, and it just screams that Bob had input for once in his life, and that makes me happy that he's happy. And you can definitely see like the general character within the home. It's very family orientated. I mean, we have Isabel down here who's a toddler and still learning all of her little skills. Like, look at little Isabel. I mean, that's a spinning image of Bob. Bob's facial structure, his eyes, but Eliza's hair color. But it's just like, it uses a mixture of hacks, which makes the whole house a lot more livelier that I enjoy. And of course, we have like their general downstairs and like their upstairs, Isabella's room, and then of course, Bob and Noelle's room, and their little office that they share together. Bob is still in the culinary career, of course, with his certain job, but for Noelle has the barista career at level 3. And Noelle, you know, is beautiful. Noelle is great. And I'm just kind of glad that Noelle appreciates and cherishes and loves Bob for who he is and doesn't try to change him constantly. So I like seeing that general scenario, because originally Bob and Eliza lived over here, but now their previous home is now converted into like a duplex setting, and Sims do live in this house over here. We have another house over here on this side, which is very quaint and cute. We have some other houses over here. This is actually a restaurant, and the Lopez family lives over here, and this is their restaurant. And then the Hamptons live across the street from Bob and Noelle. And it looks like Noelle knows Eddie Minks, and then Bob only knows Myra Pictons, and then of course his immediate family. And then Bacon, of course, is all the way over here trying to eat some food as per usual. But look at Bob. I think he's just like overall like just happy. He's curious, but he's more happier. I see like a slight little Mona Lisa smile on him, and that just brings me a lot of joy. So can we just take a moment and appreciate the strip of Willow Creek for these community lots? Because this is absolutely stunning and beautiful. Like, all these lots, the environment itself is just stunning. I want to visit here every single day and just bask in its glory. And it seems to me that this lot right here is like a 2-in-1, but it's like an all-in-one. And it's just like, how does someone build like this? I can't even build like this. So I'm learning from the safe on how to build better and detail without being overly cluttered. Wait, no way! This is so cool! This is screaming very New Orleans, and I like that. And just imagine if we had bands in The Sims 4. This stage will be popping and booming every single night. It's just beautiful. This is actually, I believe, the library, I believe so, but it's very university-esque for like Rochester. And then this over here is just stunning as well. I haven't had a chance to look at all of the buildings, but of course, if you want to check out the save file yourself, I will link it down below so we can see everything. And I will not always over-explain, but I will overly geek about every single lot that we look at, because it's just like, again, stunning. So I wanted to adventure over to Oasis Springs because of this particular campgrounds, because it's so big and it's a national park and it just looks very, very lively in general. But I want to actually go over to Johnny Zest and friends, because Johnny Zest is another sad sim that needs a better life and friends. So we gotta check out his house and then adventure over to the campgrounds. And of course, the land grabs have a whole new mansion. And again, I say, ratboysims, give me your secrets, because building a mansion for the land grabs must have taken you a millennia. But before we go in, we need to read their storyline, because there's new stuff. And it reads, when the land grab development bought the land Johnny Zest was living on to build rental homes, he was forced to either rent a room or get out. Roommates and neighbors have come and gone over the years, but one thing stays the same. His rent is always covered by the mysterious benefactor that seems to tie to the land grab family. So this is the Zest and Friends humble abode. There's 2 houses on one lot, and what's so unique about it is that one's darker and then one's lighter. But I really don't know who lives where. I'm thinking that Johnny lives in this humble abode with one of his friends, and then they live in the rest. But it seems to me that everyone has their own unique style of doing things, and it's just so nice. Like we have some laundry, some gardening. We even have like a bee box back here. We also have like some decor stuff from Debug, like this car and this RV to really capture like that trailer rental home park feel that Johnny just had before originally. But like this side of the area, not functional whatsoever, but it's good. It adds the character to the build. And of course we have like this mural on the floor, which is not done yet, but it's like a work in progress, which I do love. So as for their careers, it seems to me that Aubrey is a macro simfluencer in the simfluencer career at level 2. Johnny still works as level 2 in the entertainment career as an open mic seeker. Devin works as a backhoe operator in the manual labor career. Van works as a seed scatterer at level 3 in the gardener career. And then Tessa works as a arts critic at level 4. So that must have been your easel outside. And like, look at them. I love like their facial features. Every single sim is completely different. Like Tessa's different. We have Devin who looks different, like got freckles and facial hair and a man bun, like, and tattoos. Even Johnny Zest got a makeover too. Like he got a new haircut. He grew some facial hair, has some chest hair, painted his nails. Like, it's just like his outfits are more upgradable and it just breathes a new life to him. And Aubrey, you also have a new look to you, or I guess a look that I haven't seen before because you are new to me. But I like that their kitchen's like run down and like doesn't have like all the cool appliances in their kitchen area. But it seems to me, actually, wait a minute, no, hold on. This is actually 3 houses on one lot, because it looks like Johnny lives over here, Aubrey lives over here, and then the rest of the family, like, you know, Tessa, Devin, and Van live in this house over here. Oh, that's so cool. So it's like, why are there 2 kitchens? And of course, Johnny would have all the clean and pristine appliances in his home, but that's Johnny Zest because he has a mysterious benefactor paying for his bills, apparently. But I really like their home. I love the general layout. This is the general neighborhood of Oasis Springs in the area where Johnny lives, and each house is so different. I know one family lives over here. It's like a family of 4, I believe. This is an empty house that one of my Sims live in, not in the save file, but in another save file. But empty house over here. I believe Sims live in this house over here. And then we have this bar over here that is so small, but so poppin' and booming. All of my Sims go here all the time after like a long days of like work or school, and they just hang out in the back and do like some performing arts. Johnny usually comes here and like performs his guitar or whatever that day, and just hangs out with his friends too. But the overall like view of the neighborhood is just nice, and there's currently a heat wave at the moment, so it's a little bit hazy. So here is the Desert Bloom campgrounds, and can we just take a minute and appreciate the decoration of this entire campground? I have a few mods in my game and I can take field trips, but imagine your Sims just coming here, taking their time out of their day on a weekend, using the calendar system and just scheduling camping, or going on a nice little picnic, or just doing whatever. Like, you can come over here and like do some camping in this little section. You can like do some camping on this section. This is like a little house, townhouse area, little cabin. We have like another little house over here, the general like community center with the ping pong table, bathrooms, laundry in here, a kitchen area, another house, another, like there's so many houses on this one lot. Like, it's just so good. This like makes me want to go to Granite Falls, which was also like added to, some like new lots were added as well and also renovated. But like, it's just so good. It's so pretty. Like, it actually makes me want to go out for a change and go to the national park in Oasis Springs because of this one particular lot. So these are all the community lots on the strip in Oasis Springs, and I will say every single lot is so much more fun to go to rather than the original lots that are usually in Oasis Springs, just because it utilizes all the packs. And so there's more variety, more things to do. Like we have a bowling alley over here called, I think, Jasmine Lanes. We have a pool called the Fish Bowl, which is a very fun place to go over here every once in a while. This is a thrift and boba tea store, and this is a restaurant. And I think it's called something Mon Sun Noodles restaurant. And one of my Sims actually came here and went on the first date, and it was so fun and so wholesome. But this restaurant is so cute. It's very red and very black and just good. Like everything is just so nice. Everything has a purpose. There's different items being placed in certain places that make sense, at least in my head it does. It's probably not intentional, but I feel like when certain things are being placed, I'm like, oh, maybe that's intentional. I like it. And so I kind of roll with it. Like it really does look like a thrift store that you would see in real life, like in California or like your local area. Like we have clothes on the wall, we have clothing racks, we even have a little thing over here. We have the register. We can also come upstairs and do more thrifting. This feels like more like a changing room, but also out to the balcony to get some fresh air, of course. But then we have our boba tea shop over here. And this is actually only 2 stories. You get your boba down here, and then you can come upstairs and like enjoy the sunset, the fresh air, listen to some music, whether someone's performing or not, or spoken word, whatever it really is. It's just nice to have. Or you can come downstairs and sit outside under the little pergolas on the balcony, which is also another very nice gesture. Oh, there's a little pond. You can put coins in here. That's so cute. Oh, this is also screaming very Foxberry. In certain locations, there's like a Foxberry banner or a Bridechester banner. And I'm like, is this where all the Foxberry students hang out? Probably not, but it's like kind of cool in a way. So I really like this. I always have my Sims go to the fishbowl to go swimming, or go to the restaurant, or go to the bowling lanes, but I haven't been here yet. So I definitely want to adventure here one of these days when I get a chance to play in my current household again, which will be probably tomorrow most likely. But this is really cool. But let's adventure over to Newcrest and check out Eliza Pancake's storyline in her household, because I hear it's also as messy as Bob's storyline, because they're connected. They share a child together. And then we're going to go over to Brindelton Bay because Brant and Brent Hecking, they have a whole new family. And I believe it's Brent's father that lives in Henford on Bagley in a retirement home that I want to see and showcase. So for Eliza's backstory, it reads, after a nasty divorce, Eliza Pancakes throws herself into the world of art. Finally being able to focus on her passion, she quickly made a name for herself with her impressive abstract paintings. Fame and money follows her wherever she goes now, as well as her devoted husband, who wants nothing more than to make her happy. The only downside is to her new life is how little time she finds for her daughter Isabella. Okay, Miss Eliza Pancakes, you got a nice little fancy house. And supposedly this house is categorized as a celebrity home, but Eliza literally just got a moodlet as I loaded in called Poser because of the celebrity home lot trait, and it says this is a celebrity home for celebrities in italicized. Who does Eliza think she is living here? She is not a celebrity. She is a wannabe celebrity with nothing. She still has the same old mansion baron aspiration. She has no career. Her husband is the one with the career as a regional manager at level 5, making no money. But the funny thing, Eliza, she's still her kooky, crazy, green-loving self with her orange hair. But yeah, that's right, Eliza. Be sad, you a poser. But she has no job. She still has like her skills, fitness and mixology, which is nothing. She really doesn't know anybody besides her immediate family and a few people. Jasminder and Arun Beta and Sylvia Beta, they had their baby. And then Irene and of course her husband Chris, Noel, Bob, and Isabella, which they don't really have a good relationship with either, which is makes sense, not surprising, but hey, what can you do? But our house is fully decked out, and ratboysims did a really good job building this house, especially on platforms alone. I am terrible at building on platforms, and I'm not going to try anytime soon. But I will say though, I love the general fanciness of it, and I can definitely see Eliza one day becoming a celebrity, but not anytime soon because she is a poser and poses as like, I'm famous, I'm rich, but in reality, she got no money, no job, a husband that has no money either. But in all, it's still very great. And I would have thought that she would have had a good painting skill, but I think also too, what the thing is that ratboysims is still like working on all the Sims and their skills and their backstories. So it's probably still like not fully finalized that Eliza has a good painting skill yet, but I would assume that she would have like level, I don't know, probably like level 6 in painting at most, because she does have her own private painting studio. And of course, it's her cat tree and stuff like that with her cats, which their names are Lily and Dale. And Dale is uncomfortable because you're hungry, and Lily is happy-go-lucky but needs some playtime. But let's go over to the Hecking household, because their household is so cute and adorable, and they have a lot of Sims in there that you all need to see. So this is the Hecking household in Brindelton Bay, and their house is absolutely stunning. It fits the Brindelton Bay coastal Martha's Vineyard coastal vibes that I'm always looking for houses in this area. And their house is way better than the original. Like, they have more space, they have a better backyard, they have more Sims in the household. And what's so unique about them, that it fits their style. At least in my eyes, I think it fits their style, because Brent and Brent Hecking have a particular style that I think fits their like furnishing style, I guess. But their home is just so light and so bright and just a breath of fresh air, as I continue to say throughout the entire video. It's just good. I even love this custom made desk bar right here, and it's so cool. I love their living room. I love like the general foyer area. Their kitchen is my dream kitchen, by the way. I love the little dining room, their bathrooms, their hallways. This is like one of the bedrooms that I assume the teenager sleeps in. We have another bedroom upstairs, a toddler's room, and then we have Brent and Brent Hecking's bedroom over here in a paint room. And like their nice little backyard, which is so cute. Like, look at this. The backyard's so nice. Like, they have a little pool over here, a kiddie pool, a swing set, and they have a nice little lounge area. But there's more Sims than Brent and Brent Hecking. There is Aurora Hecking over here, the teenager in here in the household. We have Tucker Hecking, which he's so cute. And then we have River Hecking, who's the toddler of the fam, who's also very cute as well. And then we also have Cinnamon, who is a new addition of the household as a pet. And then the original, of course, is Rosie Hecking from the original game. But I like that they're all like there and so cute. But I wonder if like they were science babies, were they adopted? Oh, okay, they all joined the family. They adopted a new little pet into the family. And all of them have like new milestones, of course, too, because adopting and adding to the whole fam. But I'm sure that they were probably science babies, maybe, possibly. But their family tree is like so full now. And it looks like Brant has a father this time, and he lives in Henford on Bagley. The world that we got was cottage living, and he lives in like in a retirement home setting with other elders, which is so cute. And that will be the last slot that we'll check for this video, because it is very lengthy right now. But I am so happy that Brent and Brent Hecking have kids, they have pets. Brent has a father now, and it's just so cute and so wholesome. But their neighborhood is so cute. I love this house over here, the general environment. This restaurant, hello? Okay, at first I thought this was McDonald's for a split second, but it's not. But it's so cool. We desperately need like a little restaurant in Brindelton Bay anyway, because all we really get is residents in this area and then a vet clinic. But on the other side, there is a restaurant, but it's not the same. We need a restaurant in every sub neighborhood, but one here, the general vet clinic that has been updated, of course, which is so nice on the inside when we get there eventually. And then a brand new pet park. Oh, and then a custom-made treehouse. So this save file was made before the Yeehaw pack, Growing Together, and even the For Rent pack. So I like this. A little makeshift treehouse. That is so cute. It's made for pets and for the fam. Oh, that is so cool. And even a gate so the pets can't even escape. Oh, that's so cool. Now imagine if we had pet competitions. This lot would be appropriate for it, for the whole fam, the pets, the competitors, everyone. But it is just stunning. So here is the Henford Home Retirement Center for all of these elders that live here. And I will say it once and I'll say it again. Elders deserve more in The Sims 4, whether it's retirement homes, more activities for them to do, cruise ships, shuffleboard, more things for them to thrive. Even if they do retire, give them more. If they don't retire, give them more. Elders just need more in the game personally. And I feel like having a retirement home gives them a sense of community and livelihood, I guess. And I just adore it even more. Like one, Henford and Bagley, a beautiful world in general, but adding in more Sims in a retirement home makes it even better. And of course, we do have the other lots in here as the original ones that were here before. But as for the Sims that live here, along with Enzo hecking, Brand's father, we have Sherry Parker that you desperately hate. What happened? Oh my god, what happened? Terrible match. It's probably best to stay apart. There's a lot of dislikes here, like a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay, whenever ratboysims updates this save file and adds this backstory for this household, I need to know what happened between Sherry and Enzo because, hello? What happened? Anyway, so we have Sherry Parker. That's really great. We also have Arturo over here, who is in love with Sherry. Interesting. Okay. Also have Haley over here, which is very cute, who has a son in a different town called Nick Huggins, which is very cute. And then we have Nadine over here. And it looks like actually Nadine knows a few Sims in town. We know the Watson family, of course, and they got some new looks too. Eventually, Stuart Blair, who actually lives here. I assume he's like the caregiver that helps around the house for the elders. But we have Stuart Blair over here and of course Enzo that we saw earlier, but crazy. You love Haley? Okay, what happened in this? What happened? You hate Sherry, but you love Haley. But Arturo loves Sherry, but Haley also loves Enzo. Huh. Oh, and Dusty Huggins. Oh, that's cute. A little family tree. Nick and Dusty. Oh, and the father Tristan hugging. Oh, that's so sad. You miss your father, little Dusty. Arturo is by himself. Sherry is by themselves. Nadine. Oh, Nadine has a daughter. That's cute. And then Enzo, of course, we saw their family tree. Of course, full and thriving. And then Stuart Blair, I believe, is... Oh, Sigward Sue. Oh, wait, that's so cute. They are married. Okay, so they're brother and sister. They have a child named Bobby. That is so cute. That is adorable. But all their rooms are just so cool. Like, this is what I would see as a Sims retirement center for sure. And like they even have more outside. Like they can do like games on little tables over here, a little picnic basket. They have some chess, some gardening, some woodworking. Do they have laundry? I assume. I don't think they have laundry. No, they don't have laundry. But like they have a kitchen upstairs. Oh my. Enzo, calm down. I'm glad no one's fighting. Oh my god. Dislikes malicious interactions. Well, of course, Arturo, you hate malicious interactions because Sherry's being malicious. Oh my gosh. The drama in this whole retirement center. My goodness. Anyway, but we have all these Sims here and they're very, very cute and adorable. But I love that the kitchen's upstairs and then they have the little like sitting, book reading, ping pong playing stuff downstairs. But it is still a very, very cute world overall. And Henford on Bagley is another world that I just like going to every once in a while. You can get your produce, you can go window shopping, you can also do more window shopping, you can change and plan out your outfits over here. It's just a nice, quaint world to visit every once in a while if you need to or you want to. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. It's a lot longer than my normal videos, but also it's my first time ever reviewing a save file for The Sims 4. So I really wanted to kind of discover a lot of the townies and the houses and the community lots just to see what it all had to offer, because I haven't had a chance to explore all the worlds in my own personal gameplay. But I also wanted to see like if there was any connecting families amongst the different households in the save file. And even knowing that everything's not completely done with the relationships or the backstories, it's still very nice to know that there is something to play with and grow with my own personal storylines that I create for myself. But if you all want to check out ratboys' save file, I will link it down below in the description to their website so you can check it out. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!